It all started back in the days when we were still shoving the Nazis out of Italy. I've been through the whole African campaign. And after we hit the beach at Anzio, I got myself a soft spot in the quartermaster's corps, driving a supply truck on the run from Salerno to Naples. I found out quick that a guy with half a brain could make himself a fast buck. I had a gimmick. I never got loaded up with heavy stuff. Only negotiable goods that I could turn over for a good price. Strictly A1 merchandise like, cigarettes, canned milk, chocolate, that kind of stuff. Later, someone dreamt up a name for it. Black market. That made it sound dirty. But nobody got hurt in my operations, and I figured I was collecting a bonus for living. I recognized the signal. It was a guy from my company. He'd been looking for me up and down the road to tip me off that an MP reception committee was waiting for me up ahead in camp. I figured they'd have to get wise one of these days, but I didn't know then how much the brass had on me. Now I had to figure out what I was going to do. I wasn't going to let myself be caught red-handed with the profits. No, sir. You see, I'd never been dumb enough to send that dough through the mails. Besides, I had nobody left back home that I could trust it with. I carried it where I could see it and touch it, almost next to my skin. I sat on it. I decided to ditch my bundle right where I made it. For the time being, that was. 4 million lira. A lot of dough in any man's town. Although right now it's only about 6,000 bucks American. Enough folding money to let me sit in the sun while I figured out how to multiply it. This looked like a good spot. So I picked my landmark. Just to make sure, I put my brand deep into it. First letter of my last name. I'd never forget that 3. 3 was my lucky number. So I walked 3 steps north and put my spade into the ground. I took a last look around to make sure it was safe to dig a vault for my dough. The MPs grabbed me the minute I got back to camp. They asked me all kinds of questions. And even without the money on me, I didn't have a chance. I got sent up. But 4 years go by, even if you sweat them out in an army prison detail back home. And from that night on, that little piece of Italy became as much a part of me as my arm. I dreamt about that money as if it was a woman. I got out of the Army at last, with a swell reference for getting a job. A dishonorable discharge.